guys, Duma is 45 here, and welcome to episode 2 of Duma Explains, where I explain everything that happens in the world of Android and or iOS. And in this episode, we're going to be diving into the world of Android, and we're going to be talking about rooting, its advantages, its disadvantages, what it can do for you, what it can't do for you, if it could hurt your phone in any way, and many more. So let's go ahead and get started. Guys, just to answer one of my commenters on my video on how to root the my phone Aqua Rain 2G. If you want to see that video, that link is in the description below. But there was a comment there asking me about that if rooting can hurt your phone, or if rooting can hurt your phone after rooting it successfully, or does it still have a chance of breaking. So I'm gonna answer that in this video, and I'm also gonna answer another comment explaining what rooting is, what it can do, and other stuff. So to answer that first comment, rooting itself, the process itself, like rooting your phone in the process, excuse me, does not hurt your phone at all. It will not affect anything on your phone itself. The rooting process itself will not do anything to your phone that will make it unusable or whatever. It will still work. Everything you do will still work almost the same way as it did when it wasn't rooted. The only thing that rooting does is give you access to the system files of your Android device. That's the only thing it does. Having access to those files itself will not hurt your phone at all. It will let you see them. It will let you modify them in ways that you thought could never be possible. But rooting itself will not hurt you. Rooting itself will not really raise your chances of your phone breaking. Rooting itself will not do that. It's the things that you do after rooting, like say for example installing custom recovery or installing a new custom ROM. The things that you do after rooting are the things that will break your Android device. But rooting itself will not do that. All it does, it just gives you access to those files. As long as you don't do anything to those system files, and as long as you know what you're doing when you're installing any root-only apps, or as long as you're installing a custom recovery or custom ROM, your phone should not break and you should be safe. Just make sure that you know what you're doing, and just make sure you follow whatever tutorials you find here on YouTube or on the internet. Just make sure you follow them carefully, because if you mess one thing up, it might make your whole phone or your tablet useless. So from that standpoint, rooting itself will not hurt you. It's the things that you do after rooting that will affect your phone in bad ways. As long as you know what you're doing, and as long as you know that everything you're doing is safe and you know how everything works, you should be totally fine, and you should not worry about rooting affecting your phone in any way. Like I said, rooting does have its advantages and rooting does have its disadvantages. So from a disadvantage standpoint, one of the two things I can think of that rooting can hurt your phone is, one, that the disadvantages of rooting are like, it does void your warranty. So if you try to bring it in to your carrier or something to get it fixed, and they find out that you're rooted, your warranty will be void, and they will not accept it unless you unroot it and get it fixed. But if you can't do that, and you're out of luck. And like I said, in rooting, it does raise the risk of breaking your Android device. Rooting itself, like I said, does not hurt your phone. It's the things that you do after rooting that will hurt your phone. So as long as you know what you're doing, and as long as you understand the consequences of everything that you're installing in your phone, you should be totally fine. But rooting does bring that risk. If you do something wrong and you mess one thing up, you will need to restore your phone back to the way it was. You might need to bring it in to get it to work or something. You might need to flash the whole stock ROM again to get it to work, and that stuff can be very confusing and can be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Like I said, like me, I didn't know what I was doing. I had my tablet ripped for a couple of days back then, back when I first got my tablet. But it still works now. It still works now. I have a better understanding of how it works. But if you don't and you mess one thing up, it can be very hard to go back to the way it was before. So if you can live with those advantages, then rooting does bring a lot of advantages. Like it gives you access to change the whole system. You can install custom recovery, which will also allow you to make Android backups, which are basically backups of your whole ROM. So in case you messed up your tablet, if you installed something bad and you want to change it back to the way it was before, you can just restore from that Android backup, and it will bring your phone or your tablet back to the way it was before, as if nothing happened. And you can install root only apps, which can let you do a lot of things. It can let you record your screen. It can let you do Wi-Fi tethering. It can let you back up your apps through, like, for example, Titanium Backup, which backs up all your apps, your messages, etc. And there are plenty of things you can do with rooting. There are tons of things that can give you the potential to change your Android device. And one of the more popular reasons for rooting is installing a custom ROM, getting rid of all the bloatware or the apps that came with your phone or your tablet, and making it a clean experience and gaining more of your internal storage back. And it can basically change the way Android looks and feels. You could give it a more Nexus feel, kind of like what I did to my tablet, since it's running Android 5.1.1 as of the date of this video. But it can do a lot of things. It can change the way you experience Android. You can make custom shortcuts to your status bar. You can edit the way your button layout looks like on your tablet. If you're using software buttons, you can change different things. There are plenty of things you can do, and if you search online enough and you look through a lot of tutorials on what rooting can do, there's plenty of things. There are plenty of reasons why rooting your Android phone or your tablet could be fun, just like it has been for me. So either way, guys, that is it. That is episode 2 of Duma Explains about rooting, its advantages and disadvantages, how it can break your phone, etc. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, guys, feel free to like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys want to see next. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because for more tech content like this. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media. Those links are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is Mice45 signing off.